but we've got about 35 minutes. So we'll make sure we get through what is most important here. But it's always nice to visit and meet people. I'm so excited that you're here. Welcome. I'm so excited to see you and have you here. I'm Melanie Kennedy. I'm the owner of the Pink Bike Boutique, and I've been doing this for just over a decade. It's been 10 and a half years, and as you heard the introduction in the other room, I love serving people, so I'm super excited to be able to meet you and kind of get to know you a little bit. I hope that this is really awkward. I'm not used to using a microphone. In fact, I'm usually the one that loves to learn from everyone else. April approached me and said, you really should do this, and I was like, I can't. I don't do PowerPoint presentations. I don't know how to use computers like that. She said, you don't need one, and I was like, okay, I'm still thinking about it. And then she said, you have so many fantastic and fun things to share. And she said, think of how many people you can help. And I was like, yeah. And when I get to help people, that's where I really shine. So holding a microphone and a clicker, this is complicated for me right now. So, but I'm excited to meet you. As you saw, we are going to talk about what you're saying by what you're wearing and how you're wearing it. And I love that April came into the shop and I helped her. She has one of the, I would say one of the most challenging body shapes to style. And so it was a blast to help her, and I could help her pair up some things that she had to give her some ideas, because she's been doing some other things as well, and I was able to help her. And the best part is that she leaves with confidence, because it's like you've got a bestie or a sister. Anybody have a sister that tells you how to wear your clothes, or have you had that in the past? I had an older sister, and she was for sure telling me about all the things. So it's like having a professional opinion, that somebody that wants you to shine, wants you to look your best. So I'm excited about that. A couple things though, I want to make sure we're clear. This can kind of be a very interesting topic. I don't want anybody to leave today thinking, I don't have the latest and greatest, I don't look as good, I don't love my shape. The goal today is to recognize what is, embrace it, and gain a few tools so that you can have fun. Because life is too short to wear boring clothes. And if you don't wake up and get dressed with confidence, it really can affect everything. Especially because we're business owners, we have a purpose, and I want to help you shine that message. That purpose needs to be shared with what you're wearing. So, and so that you're not constantly picking at yourself or hating yourself because of your shape that you can't control to some degree, right? So anyway, I just wanted to talk about for just a minute what this is not. This is not something where we're gonna have you leave feeling depressed about what you don't have. But I hope that we leave empowered with some ideas and tools so that you, like I said, when you get up, I actually plan my outfits usually the night before, or at least I've taught my kids to do that. I'm actually I take that back, I'm a last minute kind of a girl. But I do have a reminder in my phone. I'm a church goer, and so I have a reminder on my phone to remind me every Saturday night to figure out what I'm wearing at church the next day, because I am not gonna want to rush. So anyway, we want to embrace who we are, learn to love ourselves, and then give you some fun tools. And I hope that it will be fun to get dressed. That's the goal. All right, so yeah, so like I mentioned, we're dressing for our purpose, and I'm also one of those that has to write notes. So whether we like it or not, what we're wearing has a message. It speaks something to those that you are around. Have any of you ever watched the news at night and seen any of those news anchors wear something that was like a sweatshirt that had a stain on it? Have you ever been to a sporting event and you see somebody show up wearing a tuxedo? I mean, it could happen, right? But the point is, you want to dress the part. You want to show up wearing something that is going to send a message. And I know a lot of this is basics, but I want to encourage you this is something that I've been working on a lot myself this year. And so if we can recognize, whether we subconsciously think about it, the reason why this is so important for us, because we're dressing with a purpose. When you dress confidently, your message is communicated more clearly, and you become more of a reputable and trustworthy person. Imagine getting news from a news anchor that was wearing an old sweatshirt with a stain on it. Would you believe what they have to say? I don't know about you, but I've noticed that the news anchors, I don't actually watch the news very much anymore, but when I did, I do watch the weather person now, and the woman that does the weather now, she never wears the same outfit. I never see her wear an outfit twice. So, that's a fantastic
style though.
They do.
Style.
Yeah.
But my husband is like, can somebody please get her a different style?
But if she feels confident doing that, and if she feels, so, she's dressing her purpose and her truth.
Do you feel like that someone in the back is dressing them? Because like there's some news anchors.
Absolutely.
That it's like, really, like Dee Dee Wimmer, I love her, but I need to go dress her. Because some of the dresses they put her in, I'm like, no, that cannot possibly make her happy.
Well, I just know this too, and I know that there's a lot of approaches to fashion.
Right.
But the bottom line is, and I want you to make sure that you understand that when we're dressed our best as well, we perform better. But if she's approved it, so I help people dress all the time. It's what I do. I tell people I'm a personal stylist, essentially. And I would give anything to have somebody do my job for me, so I just wake up and it's handed to me. Because then it's one less thing for me to think about. So, but at the same time, I wear a lot of things that I probably wouldn't normally, just because it's different. And when you are a news anchor, the variety is probably what she's going for. So, that's a good point. But I mean, when you're in front of the camera every single day, and you're gonna look for 365 plus outfits, it's probably gonna be a little bit of variety, and some things you're just not gonna love. That's okay. So, all right, so I read a really awesome article, and I wanted to share this thought because it was so well stated, except for this article it was very interesting. It was The Psychology of Dressing Well and Why You Must to Get Anywhere in Life, written by a guy named Tyler Tervuren. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but it was published in Human Parts. He said this, and I thought it was so good. The clothes you wear and the way you groom yourself will change the way people will hear what you say. It will subconsciously tell them if you're like them or if you're different. It will determine whether they listen or ignore, trust or distrust. And that's a main goal. I want you to know that you have some amazing things in your closet already. And I also know, like for example, for me, myself yesterday, when I was trying to put my presentation together, I pulled out one of my favorite, most comfortable pairs of jeans that I know is on trend. And I put them on because I just love the way they fit, and I felt so cute. Then the top that I chose was something that reminds me of what I see when I look and see like Instagram influencers. I'm a work-at-home mom. My boutique is in my home, and I was like, what is that? And I don't really leave my house too often, but because I wanted to sit down and produce some of the best material that I've ever shared with some amazing human beings, I wanted to feel the part. So I put on something that would inspire me, even though not a single person was gonna see me. Did anybody move a job, like if you had a job, did anybody, and I know some of us are entrepreneurs and we actually do our thing, but some also are entrepreneurs and work a day job. Did anybody move from working in an office to working at home during the COVID period, right? Did your dress change a little bit?
It did, yeah.
Did you stop wearing makeup too, to some degree as well?
No, I actually got up every morning, but my attire did change. Because I thought I'm going to be as functional as I can, but still I have to be virtual.
Yeah.
And so I was leggings, a nice casual active top. But I wore COVID, I call them my COVID Converse, because I wore them all through COVID, right? And they were just comfortable, I had to go outside or whichever. And so yeah, my attire did change, but I did get up every day, you know, and shower, present, but my attire was different.
Yeah. One of the things that I constantly told my customers, because a lot of them, their lives changed so dramatically that they were now going to start working from home. And it was really hard not to be active out in the world and see things and do things like we normally are. And so I encourage them all to still put the makeup on, to still get dressed, for the same reason that yesterday when I wanted to act the part of being my best self, when I am trying to create something that was important to me, to share my heart, I wanted to look and feel, it was about how I felt. I wanted to feel like I was my best. And for me, and it was interesting too, because it wasn't necessarily sweatpants, which I do still love. I still wear those. We do have a good variety of that too. Okay, so, let's see where we're at. Yes, so get dressed for you. We started just talking about that. It's important for us to remember that while I still have customers that will come to me and say, well, I need to ask my husband what he thinks about this on me, and that's okay too. But I want you to know that if you don't feel comfortable in it, does it matter what any other human thinks? My heart just kind of sinks a little bit when I hear that, which is totally fine, because we do want to feel like we're dressing our best for our significant others. But you show up for you. One of the biggest things I've learned this year is showing up for myself. When I made a decision I was going to elevate my business and do a couple things differently, I started dressing differently. I started working out differently. And I started becoming a better wife and a better mom. It all changed. I showed up for me. So when you get dressed, I encourage you to get dressed for you. The goal is to love yourself. Okay. So, what does their appearance say? Look at their outfits, and then let's just shout out some words or some things that come to mind when you see these characters, okay? Do we know who this is?
Yes.
Wednesday Addams, right? What's the first thing you notice about her appearance? And she's definitely playing a part in this family, right? Depressing, yeah? Anything else that comes to mind?
Don't mess with, yeah.
Don't mess with me? I like that. I didn't think about that, but you're right.
Kind of stiff, like too proper, prim proper, like.
Reserved.
Unapproachable, stiff,
Reserved.
reserved, standoffish, yes?
I think she has a little bit of sass.
Absolutely, I saw that immediately. Sass.
Don't mess with me.
Anything else?
She will get things done for you, no one has to know.
She will get things done that nobody needs to know about. Okay, so something also that I want to share too, we'll get to that a little bit with color. She is wearing a lot of black, but she's wearing it real well. But black sends a message. Black sends a strong message. So,
Good
okay.
for that. I love black.
I mean, we all do, and it definitely has its place for sure in the business professional world as well. But when you meet people like I do, and I'll share this story in a minute, where they only wear black, there's something else going on, right? Okay, next. Do we know who this is?
Cinderella?
It is. It's Cinderella from the live action movie. What is she wearing? These are simple examples. Hopefully we can figure this out. Farm girl kind of dress, yep. So she's in this servant kind of dress. What do you see when you see this? She's doing chores,
Working.
humble, working.
Misery.
She doesn't look, yeah, did you guys notice too? Look at her hair. Unkempt, disheveled, yep.
But very feminine.
Absolutely. I mean, they chose a good person for that role, didn't they?
She wears it well.
She sure does. She sure does. But her hair isn't, nicely kept. She's definitely focused on the work that she's doing.
She has a look of determination.
Yes, she does. And then let's look at this. notice the difference even in her hairstyle, her hairdo. So I wanted to use some really easy and simple examples because I want to make sure we understand. If you've got a client that you're meeting with, or something where you're trying to really, you want to get that account, you want to, do what you can, or just, because I truly believe that how you do one thing is how you do everything. And for me this year, I've been on this journey to try to do that. When I decided that I was going to try to take my business to the next level, I started showing up more for myself too. And so I started taking better care of myself, making sure that I did a better job of taking pictures of myself for my customers, to display the styles that we get and so forth. It makes a difference. It makes a difference in your work. So again, this is not, don't beat yourself up. Do the best that you can because we're all very busy. But learn that there is a purpose behind the message that you're sending with what you're with how you wear your clothing. And most of all, that message is portrayed whether you love yourself or you don't. People can see it. All right. Okay, so let's talk about body shapes now. This is really fun. Does anybody know already off the top of your, maybe you already know this, do you know what your body shape is? There's basically like 5 main. Anybody want to share what your body shapes are? Yes.
Mine is a pear,
Pear. Okay.
currently.
Anybody else want to share what you think?
I was more of an hourglass when I didn't have so much weight,
I do believe that you still maintain as even though, so yeah, so hourglass. So yeah, so there's some of us might know. I hope that this will help you. Now, why this is important, I'm going to share one quick story before we get into the body shapes. Well, actually, I might share a couple. With my company, I would take my clothing to, and how are we on time?
20 minutes.
I would take my clothing and set it up in people's homes, and then they would invite their friends over. I still do this on a somewhat regular basis, but they just come to my home now because I have a massive store. And so one of the first opportunities that I had to do that, it was about 10 years ago, and I didn't know anybody there except for the hostess, who I had just met at another event that I had done. And one of the last pair of people that came in the door was a mom and daughter. And the mom came in and she just sat down on the couch, and then the daughter was there and she was trying to help her daughter. And her daughter would go and take some things off the racks and then kind of like hold it up and, Mom, what do you think about this? And Mom, what do you think about that? She was a teenager, and I think she might have been 15 or 16 age. She was plus size, and so was her mom. And her mom just kept telling her things like, that's never gonna look good on you. You're gonna end up looking just like me. You're gonna be the same size as I am someday. Anything and everything that she pulled out, it's just not gonna look good on you. You're just not gonna like that on you, and all of these things. It was in a room with multiple people that were probably strangers as well, but she had no qualms telling her daughter this. And I died inside. I got in the car after I finished packing up, and as soon as the door closed, I bawled. I broke down in just tears. And two major takeaways that I learned. Because I had a sister as well, and I love her. And she was trying to do the best that she could to help me, but she told me a lot of things like, you can't wear this. I'm a redhead, though I'm darker right now, but a lighter auburn color, and my sister said, you can't wear red, and things like that. And I thought, well, red was my favorite color, almost like this beautiful color you're wearing. And I was like, but that's one of my favorite colors to wear. And that gave me confidence to wear colors that I love, right? When you're a little girl, you wear pink because it's your favorite color, right? So that was sad to me. So the biggest thing that I learned was, even though I might be my mom's daughter or I might be my sister's sister, just because they say something does not necessarily mean that it is truth. And you don't have to keep yourself stuck in the mindset of what others may have told you or have believed about you. And if your size has changed, because maybe you used to be a bodybuilder and you don't do that anymore because you know that real life has to happen. I talked with a cute friend recently that this was the case. And she needed to be a mom, and it was a season. Everything, seasons come and go, right? If you hold on to some of the beliefs that you have from when you're younger, like you can't wear horizontal stripes, some of those things, it may be holding you back. It may be holding you back. The goal is, again, to learn to love yourself. And one of the best ways that I know how to do that is to dress your body shape. So that was a core memory for me, because I decided, the other thing that I decided from that point forward, I'm going to stop hating myself. It ends today. I'm rectangle body shape. I'm so very tired, so this is hard. When I get to emotional things, I don't normally cry, but I'm very tired. It's been a very long week. But I always hated my shape, and I thought I was fat. Boy, what I would give to go back to being that 18-year-old body shape and size when I thought I was fat then. It wasn't. I just didn't know, because I'm 6 feet tall with a rectangular body shape, and you live in a short world, clothing didn't fit you right. It didn't come up right on you, and I still have this issue. So now that I know how to wear, because I observed and I learned and I taught myself, I know how to wear pieces that flatter my body shape. My outfit today is intentionally doing that, because I didn't wear, it is one of my favorite colors. I do love brown because it's such a beautiful grounded neutral. But I didn't wear hot pink. This beautiful Kelly friend here in the front row, that's the color I wanted to wear. So knowing about how to dress your shape can give you confidence in ways that will be different. So that you stop thinking in your head every day, I'm fat, I'm ugly. Stop it. We have to stop it. Remember that we are modeling behavior that our children, all the people around us, they're learning that, they're picking up on that. I'll share one other story as well. Actually two more really quick. One of the customers that came to one of my events, she was probably a size 00 or a size 0. And this is like, everybody wishes we were a size 0, And she would pinch her, she was talking to a friend, and so of course it was a little bit different, but she would pinch her skin right here. And if you're a female, you naturally have more just right here underneath the belly button. I don't know if you know that, but it's a thing. She would pinch her skin right there, and she said to her friend, I can't run enough marathons to get rid of this. And I'm going, you're a size 0. The other story that I'll share, I met a woman earlier this summer because I started doing vendor events because I love meeting people. And she came to the vendor event and she bought a really cute outfit. It was a black top with a cute jumpsuit. And her sister was like, but are you really gonna wear it? It's really cute, it looks amazing on you, but are you really gonna wear it? And so her sister told me she only wears black. And I was like, oh. And the more that I saw her interact with her sister, the more that I just saw her talking, I was like, I just don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work. Well, sure enough, she contacted me a couple days later and brought it back. And she said, I just decided I didn't like it anymore. And when she came to do the exchange, she was wearing a black t-shirt and black leggings. She also was about a size 00 or a 0. And what I have noticed and observed, and like I said, this is something that we can talk about too with the colors, but I'll just address it now. Sometimes when we wear black that frequently, are we trying to hide ourselves? Are we trying to blend in? When you know what your favorite colors are, or the colors that look best with your skin, and you can accent patterns and things that you love. I didn't know how much I loved floral prints until I started this business, and I love florals. Knowing those things about you help you to express who you truly are to people as well. And when we wear black consistently like that, we're hiding ourselves, and we're not really truly living our true self. We can do that sometimes with sizing as well. I had a cute friend that recently lost a bunch of weight. And she came into the shop and I helped her find some things, and she was wearing a size 2X top and it just drowned her. She left wearing size large tops. So she didn't even know it. She was down 2 sizes, but she didn't realize the message, of course, that she's sharing with the world. I don't care, I was this size and I'm just gonna keep wearing it. But it did look really frumpy and loose on her, so it was good to change that. All right, so there's a couple stories. If you gain nothing from this presentation, I hope that the goal will be for you to comprehend, maybe I need to think a little bit differently about what I say to myself. One thing that I tell my customers on occasion is, because I have a rule in my shopping community group, there's no body shaming. If you say things to yourself like, oh, I just look fat, or, I mean, all the things I tell myself too. I just hate my midsection, I can't work out enough to make that just go away. I have them never-ending muffin top, because my undergarments are shorter. I mean, I could get taller ones too, but anyway, all the things that we say to ourselves. Think about how, would you say those things to your sister? Would you say those things to your mom? Maybe some of us have relationships where we might, but we probably wouldn't say it with so much spite. It would probably be said with some love, right? And I think that that's an important thing for us to remember when it comes to getting dressed. The goal is to love yourself and to shine your true self, to show up for yourself. So let's talk about body shapes so we can gain some of that confidence. There's basically 5 main body shapes. And I hope by the end of this you'll have figured out a little bit, and we can kind of, if you need questions and need me to help guide you with that as well, we can go over that. So there's the basic 5. So from left to right, you can see that is intentionally outlined in an apple. That's one way to say it. So it's kind of a fun fruit bowl. There's apple, and then the next one is pear, and then there's an inverted triangle. And like I mentioned, April is actually one of those body shapes that's harder to dress because she's an inverted triangle. She's oftentimes a larger size on top, and then she has smaller hips, and so she's smaller on bottom. And that one is a really hard one to dress, so that can be a challenge. I'm rectangular. She actually has, in this image here, she actually has way more curves than I do. I'm literally straight up and down. And then the last one is hourglass. So those are the names. So we're going to talk about apple, and then after I talk about the body shape, my husband's going to come up and help me hold the microphone so I can show some ideas of ways to style, give you some concepts for what types of styles might look good with that. I didn't provide images per se. You can find a bunch of images if you want to join my shopping community, and I can send some things to you, and I'd be happy to have you. One of the things I want to do is make your life easier by offer to you to help style you, if you would like. I would be honored to do that. So for apple-shaped bodies, you can see there that it says there's fullness around the middle, little or no defined waist, so you carry a lot of your weight in your tummy area, in the torso area. You generally have narrow hips or often slim legs. Now I will say it's possible to have like a combination. Obviously, this is not super straightforward, which sometimes it can be hard for us to figure out, but it's a baseline. And for the purposes of what we're sharing right now, we might even show some exaggerated styles. 10 minutes? Okay, thank you. So the style guide for this one is to elongate the torso. So you're gonna wear things that will make the torso look longer. Draw attention to your legs. So if you can wear skirts, for example, that are, like if you've got skinny legs and we're in apple shape, you can wear something that has the tendency to draw attention to skinnier legs, like a pencil skirt would be a really cute way to do that, okay? Create illusion of a waist and add definition. So, do you want to come and help me and I can show some of these examples really quick? These are some of the styles that we've got. To kind of give you an idea, yes?
Question, you mentioned stylist. What is a stylist picks out an outfit for you, or it helps you know what colors or
Yes.
shapes, or I don't know, what is it?
So, and I will offer and go over the details again at the end, but yes, I actually do have like, I have a subscription where my customers get an outfit from me monthly, so there's that type of an option, but you can also just join my shopping community and see the fun stuff that we've got. But I'm also offering styling sessions to help you, whether we go through what you have in your closet already, or I can offer an outfit, and I will teach you more about your body shape and how to pair colors together. Because some of us, I will say honestly, I feel like a lot of women know how to pair color, but sometimes they may not know how to expand on that. And it's super fun to maybe pull some things in your own closet and pair it up with something that I might have too. So that's something that I offer. So one of my best selling styles has been this top, and it's a Leia. So it is a very relaxed piece that is just, it's, as you can see, straight up and down. It's got a drop shoulder, but because of the relaxed nature of the style, it allows people to not draw attention to their tummies, okay? And then it says create the illusion of a waist. Adding some curves, so these are some flare pants in corduroy that gives them a little bit of shaping on the bottom, so it's gonna give them, creating more of an illusion of curves and that kind of a thing too. So those are some fun styles. Here's another one too that I wanted to show. Oops. This is similar pair of pants, but how you can create the illusion of elongating the torso. Having a cardigan over the top where you see long lean lines like this. This is a cardigan that comes to your thigh. That kind of an idea might work to help create, because you see the lighter shirt here and you're creating long lines. Do you see that with this style here? And I also am a major fan of rolling the cuffs on my cardigans or slouching the sleeves up. I love that. Okay, so that's some ideas on Apple. Okay, we're running out of time. So, maybe we'll just discuss really quick. Hair, traditionally you have broader shoulders, but then a smaller waist. And oftentimes you'll notice you wear a different size top. What's that?
You said broad shoulders,
Oh.
narrow shoulders?
I'm sorry, you're right. Narrow shoulders and then broader hips. I had it backwards, thank you. And so this is one where you're smaller on top, like a pear. You have the pear shaped top and then a little bit wider on the bottom. Most of the time you carry your weight in your hip area and in your thighs. So this one is often where you'll wear two different sizes, which is hard when there's a set. You're like, well, I don't think that the top will match, it won't work because I need the bigger bottoms or whatever, right? And then there is a definite defined waist. The style guide is to enhance the waist and shoulders or arms, add volume to upper body. I do have an outfit over here, but I'm just going to show you. It's one of these style shirts that I've got on. Can you see? There's actually a little piece of material in this that helps keep those shoulders up a little bit, and you're creating the balance of a wider shoulder to match the wider hips down below. Does that make sense? There's a lot of really cool stuff out there, and when you start seeing how to dress on your body shape, like I hope that, to me, I'm like, I get so excited. I hope that it excites you as well. All right, I'm gonna, for sake of time, just keep going. Inverted triangle, again, is one that's very challenging. This is the one I was just confused with. It is wider on top and then smaller on bottom. So it's the same challenge as the last one, but just opposite direction. So you have a challenge with finding, generally, your bottom half is much smaller and you've got more shapely legs as well. So larger upper body, wide shoulders and full chest, slimmer hips and a subtle waist. So the style guide here is to add volume with and width on hip line or thighs. So similarly with the skirt that I've got on, that's something I've done with mine as well to create an illusion of curves. We're adding volume down here. I also will share with you my undergarments come to here. Now again, I have a very long torso, but I have pulled this clear up here to accent and create an illusion of the curves, and I'm trying to go over the tummy so that it adds that curve. I'm trying to find those curves. You can do the same thing here with that too. You're gonna add curves to the shoulder area. No, you're gonna not draw attention to the shoulder area. Why did I put these two sides together? Because I'm getting myself confused, sorry. But you're gonna add more volume on the bottom. Does that make sense? So it's more balanced out. All right, rectangle, like I mentioned, that's my challenge. So I literally wore this shirt. I love this anyway. But I wanted to show you an exaggerated example. So I've got the sleeve volume, drawing attention to my slenderized waistline, and then the skirt is an A-line flare to give my body an illusion of having an hourglass curve shape, okay? So, if you wanted to come up afterwards too and look at the examples, I'd be happy to go over those details too. And if you've got questions, don't hesitate to ask. All right, hourglass. If you've got an hourglass shape, we love you, but we don't really love you. So go ahead, the presentation is done. You can leave if you don't want to stay. No, I'm just teasing. Just know that everybody wants your body shape, just so you know. It's one of those things. We do love you, but we are jealous.
Do you have any tips on how to decide what Yeah.
I don't know.
I do feel like it's a little bit easier. Yeah, so that's, I know, and it can be confusing because I wonder sometimes, I'm like, am I inverted triangle or am I rectangle? I can do both. I just stick with rectangle because most of my challenges are here that I'm long in the torso. But I can help you figure that out too. And like I said, we offer that. Did you guys, I'm gonna start passing this around. If you didn't pick up a pair of leggings, grab a postcard. We'll get to that in just a second. So make sure you grab a postcard. So that with an hourglass figure, you've already got your balance on the top and the balance on the bottom. So it's really great, and oftentimes you're going to accent those curves. And so the style guide is to highlight those natural curves, flaunt narrow waist, balance that upper body and lower body. It's really fun. All right, so is anybody wearing their favorite color today? I'm so curious. I love it. And both of you are wearing a beautiful shade of yellow or tan. I love that. Fantastic. Okay, and it is time for us to wrap up. Well, let me just say this. I'm going to go on the back of these postcards and the leggings that are in the other room. By the way, if you didn't grab a pair of leggings, or if you did already, go grab another pair if you would like and give it to your best friend or your sister. I'd be happy for you to do that. So you can, I've got plenty. On the back are some tips on how to style that. Thank you. On some styling tips. There are some guides on how to use color. I fully recognize, like, the color brown is not on this color wheel, but this will give you some ideas. I'm kind of doing a monochromatic look with brown, with the exception, of course, there's the bright yellow in my floral, because I'm wearing two different shades of brown that are similar. So, utilize that tip. I have had a lot of fun with my outfits, and then you can make them pop, and you'll get a lot of compliments that way. It's just fun, so enjoy that style guide, and let us know if you end up styling something. Send me a message, I'd love to know. Okay, the other thing I wanted to share, I am going to, this is the QR code to join my shopping community group. I am going to do a $100 shopping spree giveaway for all those that join the group today, so be sure to click to join. Let me know if you've got any questions, but I also have on the postcard, if you would like to style or sign up for a styling session, I have two options. I would love for you to have the confidence that when you wake up every day and you put your outfit on, you don't have to think about it. You know you're gonna look beautiful, and it's gonna be something that you're gonna get all the things done because you have all that confidence. I would love to help you and go over that with you. So you can scan that to start your styling session. There are two options for that. The first one is the package details. So I'll spend an hour and a half with you. I'll send you a questionnaire to ask you questions like what it is that you do, so that we can help design some outfits and give you some ideas of great ways to style. There are some people that don't. I mean, this cute gal that just loved black, she did not know how to wear any other style or color. So that was hard. So I can help with that. You can check out the options there. There's two different price points. I can also help you go through what you have in your closet The first package includes an outfit. The second package, we go through your closet and I still will help you. So you can sign up for that. Let me know if you've got any other questions. So thanks you guys for coming. I'm sorry we didn't get to color much today, but enjoy that style guide on the back. Any quick questions? Thanks you guys. Yeah.
What pants does April have on?
So those are our work pants. They're called Diane, actually. She's the inverted triangle, so we're gonna try to add volume to the bottom. The wide leg, and they're super comfortable. So wide leg pants, wide leg denim is very on trend for that body shape challenge. But I will say, these were a massive top seller. The comfort was amazing, so it was a lot of fun to sell people with those, and they're so comfy. Great question. Anybody else? I know it's time to go. Yeah, stand up, and I'll help you. Okay, so hold it in with this. Oh, you are hourglass.
Definitely.
Yes, because you've got a defined waist, so I'm gonna sit this down. You can see, I'm literally from here straight down. I mean, these hips don't lie either. I was in labor for more than 24